Hello and welcome to my Skyrim Restoration Guide. So this will be a pretty short guide because Restoration can only really do a few things, but it can do them pretty well. The first and foremost thing that this magic school can do is it can heal you. So this is one of the most consistent ways of healing yourself. If you are not running any magic and you're some kind of assassin or archer, sneak archer, just a combat archer, or like a melee build, Restoration is going to be your go-to school just for like not dying essentially. Like it's really good at just keeping your health up. So let's actually jump into the skill tree. So in order to get any perks, you first need to unlock Novice Restoration, and then it actually branches off in quite a big way, especially compared to something like Alteration, where you absolutely have to go down the center for at least 2 perks in order to start branching out. The center perks, Novice Restoration, Apprentice Restoration, Adept Restoration, and so on, just have the cost of that level of spell. So Apprentice Restoration spells will now cast for half magicka. Then, of course, it splits off, so we'll just go right to left. So we have Restoration dual casting. This makes your healing much more effective, but it increases the cost. This is generally good to use. You don't have to use it. It's definitely optional, but if you want to just quickly heal yourself for as much as humanly possible, this helps you get there. The other branch is Recovery, and then that leads to Avoid Death. Recovery just increases magic regeneration by 25 and then 50%. So this can be good depending on if you're going to use the smithing cycle to make all of your spells free. It really depends on if you want to do that or not. If you're actually running multiple different schools of magic, then you probably want to run Magicka Regen, so this is a good utility perk. And then you have Avoid Death. This basically heals you if you're about to die once per day. Debatable how useful it is, but it's not bad. It requires 90 restoration, so really not going to be seeing that until late game or if you spike your level up early. Then let's go to the next one. Ward Absorb. So this is actually quite strong. What you essentially want to do with this is you want to use the ward spell right as you're about to get hit with magic, so that way you use minimal magic, but then it spikes your magic up by the cost of the spell. So you can actually time your wards on incoming spells to maintain magicka. So this actually is quite good. Ward spells are strong as well, they're not bad. If you just hold your ward out all fight, you're just going to waste your magicka. So with Ward Absorb, they're actually quite good, but it requires timing. Then we have Regeneration. This just makes healing spells more effective. This is definitely one you want to get. It only requires 20 as well, so you can get this early. It's really strong. Then you have Necromage. All spells are more effective against the undead. There are some offensive skills I'm going to go into, some spells that this is good with. And then you have Respite, or Respite. Healing spells also restore stamina. This is very good. This is great on a melee build for just maintaining stamina. You can sprint longer. Let's say you're just trying to cover distance in a fight or just in general. You can sprint and then heal yourself to restore stamina and then continue sprinting. So this is probably one of the best perks in the game for sure, especially if you're running Restoration. So mostly it's used for healing, but there's some other use cases. So I'm going to open up my favorites really quick. There is sun damage magic that affects undead. Actually, can I cast this? Oh, I can. I have enough magicka. Cool. So there is Stendarr's Aura, which makes it so things near you take some damage. They take sun damage. So undead and vampires only. This will not affect normal enemies. So if you're fighting high-end vampires or Draugr or doing Dawn Guard, these are useful spells for that. You also have Sunfire, which is quite strong. It just is like a firebolt type of spell that does sun damage. Once again, only hurting undead and Draugr, or in vampires, things like that. So that actually will scale. The damage will scale off of the perk Necromage. There's also the fear spells. So if we go to turn undead, for example, it can cause undead to flee for a long period of time, just kind of crowd controlling them. Then you have repel undead, which is the same thing. You have healing hands, which lets you heal other things that aren't undead, and then you also have another heal that can heal the undead. This can be useful for like power leveling. You can just damage something with flames and heal it with healing hands, or just hit it with like your sword and then heal it, hit it with your sword. So this is a good like thing you can do. Then you have Vampire's Bane, which is kind of like a sun fireball. It looks really cool. I really wish you could use this on normal enemies. This looks so much cooler than Fireball, but unfortunately it only damages undead. So, but if you want to go through like a Draugr dungeon in style, you can whip some of these things out at them and just like blow through them with, light and cleanse them. But those are the main types of skills. You have your wards, you have your heals, you have your sun damage offensive spells for like a kind of paladin type build, but it only works on undead. And then you also have your like repel undead spells that can cause them to flee. Then that can be useful. Like if you're fighting like a really tough Draugr and it's like a high level or something, and you have one of the end game spells, you can cause it to flee for 30 seconds. So if you need to regenerate or whatever, heal your companion so that they can help you fight, stuff like that. It can be useful. So yeah, that's Restoration. I usually run it on every single build. The reason is I don't like Alchemy because it takes forever just to like get all the resources. You're constantly picking up things. Whereas if I just want to heal, I can just hit 4 twice and just spam heal myself. So pretty good. I play it with a keyboard and mouse, so I have everything bound. So for example, I have wards on 3 or a shield on 3. And then 1 is usually my main weapon or spell, and then 2 is like a stronger thing. So I have like flames, fireball, ward, heal, and then alteration armor. So that's just how I play. But yeah, that's Restoration. It's really strong. Definitely run it. It helps you not die, which is useful. So yeah, thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you in the next one.